Hey guys, this review's more back than a quick review. Before we get started, as always, if you find this review helpful, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and ask a question in the comments. That helps me out a great deal. And also try to navigate within YouTube after you finish this video. Maybe check out someone else's review on the same product or similar product. And with that, I'll jump right in the review itself. This is the Silvercrest model espresso machine. This is a super budget espresso machine from Lidl. So L-I-D-L or Lidl, depending on how you pronounce it, that German store with the center aisles of temptation full of all kinds of interesting gadgets. So this is basically a super budget model espresso machine. This would be for someone who isn't sure they want one, just like I was, and I've decided since getting it that I don't want one, so I returned it. Now that is not to say that it doesn't work. It works fine. It's just more labor than I want to go through for a cup of coffee, and I don't see that taking up this much kitchen space unless I'm going to be using it daily. But that being said, it comes with all the basics for an espresso machine. The one thing I feel like it should have had that it doesn't is a milk steaming carafe that's designed for it, because otherwise you're kind of forced to go out and buy one. They're not terribly cheap, depending on what you want to deal with the cost. The other person this is for someone who's like, I like espresso, but I want to screw up this machine versus buying a $500 machine and screwing that up. So this is where you want to learn. So it comes with the portafillers, the baskets, everything you need to get things started. And overall, it feels well constructed. All the little tool pieces are metal. Obviously, the body's plastic. It heats up just fine, very quickly. And for the next few minutes, next minute or so, you're gonna see it basically being cleaned by me. And the cleaning recommendation is obviously to clean out the reservoir, which I do before the video really get started with the cleaning, and then run it through a few times with a full tank. And I just get a bowl and run it through, and it just steams through with the espresso button pushed, and it'll just go through just fine. I put the portafiller in just so it'll be there and coming out. But other than that, that's all it takes to clean it, is just to run it through a couple times. And if you're listening, skip to about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and you will see the quick demonstration of the steam function. Alright, so this is the steamer. You got to hit the button on the side that says steam. Just press the little button next to the coffee symbol next to the little green light, and then you turn the dial on the right hand side, which you'll see going on momentarily. But all it's doing is just letting you know when it gets the steam function, and it should take a while for this to actually heat up beyond the temperature needed for an espresso. So you obviously cannot you cannot brew the espresso and use the steam function at the same time, because you use the same water source. So if you want to multitask, that's not really going to happen. And while you can't really see the dial being turned here, it's fairly self-explanatory. Use the little symbols to let you know what's going on. You just gotta make sure the steam button's pushed, otherwise it's gonna come out of it. And it functions just fine. One big complaint I kind of have with it is it's so short. The whole device is so short. It seems kind of like it'd be a little bit difficult to get any like medium-sized carafe in there to do this properly. Additionally, because it's so short and because the liquid's coming out very hot, it collects a great deal of condensation all around the device. So you'll end up with a little bit of pool of water kind of situation, which is why drip tray is there, but the water doesn't always end up just in the drip tray. So that's kind of a flaw of the system. But again, it's a $60 budget model, kind of meant to intro you into doing this with a larger model that's more expensive later on that would have more room. And here's where all the magic happens. This is the actual brewing. You just turn the portafiller to the right, and that locks it in place. And you make sure you have nice tamped down coffee powder, coffee grounds in there. It works just fine. I didn't have any problem at all with it, really. It was just, for me, this is a lot of labor to have a cup of coffee, even if it's delicious. So it just wasn't worth it for me. But if you're an espresso junkie and you're like, I want to try this out, but I don't want to spend 300 bucks on a daggone espresso machine or an espresso or the higher end stuff, give this a shot. Try it for 6 months. If you're like, I do this all the time now and I love it, jump in on it and then buy something more expensive. But this is a good thing to start with, to basically decide if it's worth it for you. And you'll quickly see how it just kind of drifts out. The flow wasn't great, which kind of disturbed it. Probably because I didn't do a good job tamping down the powder more than anything else. But it does come out. You'll see on the left-hand side it coming out. It's coming out nice and with the quote-unquote crema just coming through. I'm using this little bowl because I didn't have any small coffee cups that weren't clear, and I want to be able to see the actual liquid for the video. Obviously, it's made to accommodate a small espresso cup or anything large that would fit there. It will not fit a full-size American coffee mug under there, so that's not going to happen. It's just a clearance issue with the actual item. But it comes out very nice. It tasted very good, very smooth, bitter, of course. But yeah, it works pretty well. If I were a bigger espresso junkie, or if my wife was more dedicated to it and wanted to use it every day, I probably would have kept it. I only returned it because after trying it for a day or so, I was like, okay, this is too much labor. It's too much mess. I'm too clumsy to deal with this on my own. So I just kind of moved on and went beyond it and didn't worry about it and sent it back to the store. And that was that. But that's what it looks like. It works just fine, just as advertised. It just wasn't worth it for me. Although it might be for you, or it might be for somebody who you want to give it to as a gift. So thanks for watching, guys. That's my review. Have a great day.